And now, turning to more major Democratic failures in the state of California, where left wing lawmakers have been scheming on a poison pill of the ballot measure to repeal Prop 47, which reduces major crimes like theft from felonies to misdemeanors. But that is not all. Democrats have been launching a smear campaign against Republican Assemblyman Bill Essayli for his efforts to stop illegal immigrant child abusers from finding sanctuary in the Golden State. Take a look at this.
That I'm being removed from my committees. Some of you will recall last week I brought a bill to remove sanctuary state protection for pedophiles in the state of California, and the Democrats here did not like that. So they cut off my microphone, and I just got word that the Speaker of the State Assembly, who runs the place, has removed me from my committee. But you know what? That's okay. I wear this as a badge of honor. It means I'm doing the right thing. It means I'm looking out for the people of this state and for children who are being victimized by these illegal immigrants. So bring it on, more to come.
Joining me now, California Assemblyman from the 63rd District, Bill Essayli, is back with us today. Thank you so much, Assemblyman.
Thank you for having me back.
Well, you're very brave, fearless, which I love. These people are the worst, and we need you to keep a lid on it in California so it doesn't spread to the rest of the country and stamp it out there. This is insane. So there is a ballot measure, right, to repeal Prop 47, which turned a whole host of different crimes from felonies to misdemeanors. And now the Democrats, as we've been listening to you speak, are scheming some disgusting tricks to actually undermine and destroy, quite frankly, public safety. What is going on here?
It's a mess. But this problem started 10 years ago when they passed this reckless Prop 47 to basically decriminalize a bunch of laws, and it was funded by George Soros. That's who started this whole thing. 10 years later, here we are. We have the highest homelessness rate. Crime is through the roof. They've emptied half the prisoners out of prison. And now the Californian public is ready for a change. They want to go back to law and order. So the district attorneys and the sheriffs got together and they wrote a really strong ballot initiative to fix Prop 47 once and for all. The Democrats are having a meltdown. And you want to know why they're having a meltdown, Kimberly? It's not just because they don't want to reverse the soft on crime policies, but the DNC has told Gavin that if you allow this proposition on the ballot, it is going to drive conservatives to the polls in November. That's what this is really about. They are worried that the conservatives in California are going to get off the couch and go vote in masses to fix Prop 47, and they're doing everything they can to neutralize it. They tried to pass some public safety pills with a poison pill, as we're calling it. That has essentially failed now. They didn't have the votes to do that. The newest thing they're cooking up right now, literally as we speak, Gavin has now drafted his own ballot initiative, which is a weak, diluted, nothing. It's a fake initiative to have it on the ballot to confuse the voters and to get support away from the real ballot initiative. So that's what we're dealing with right now. It's just one trick after another to trick the public. When Democrats say they're the champions of democracy, I laugh. They are the enemies of democracy. They do not want the public's will to be exercised in government. They want to exercise their will on the public.
Wow. You've been the target yourself in Sacramento on many occasions, quite frankly, on the issue of crime, the issue of immigration, specifically as it relates to stopping California from becoming a sanctuary for illegal immigrant child abusers, okay? So why are Democrats trying to stop this?
Well, it's not so much they're trying to stop it, it's that they don't want to reverse their sanctuary state. We have it. They have full sanctuary in the state of California. It does not matter what crime you commit. You could murder someone, you could rape a child, and we will not deport you. We will not allow ICE to take you out of the country. I don't understand this. So I introduced a very narrow bill. It was very, very limited. It just said that in a case where a person is convicted of raping a child, that in that case, we will cooperate with ICE and hand them over for deportation after they've completed their sentence. And the Democrats would not even give that a hearing. And when I tried to use a procedural tool to call it for a vote, every Democrat went against it. So that's where we are in the state of California. They care more about protecting illegal immigrant pedophiles than the very people that elected them and they swore to protect.
Terrible.
It's disgusting.
It is. It's repulsive to me. And this also relates to the issue. Oh, this is an upsetting one too. Parental notification in schools relating to abuse and indoctrination. What's the latest here?
So we've had a little bit of a history here. In California, they're really indoctrinating the kids in radical gender ideology. They're telling them they, are not a boy, they're not a girl. There's like 20 different genders they can pick. And then they are letting kids pick a gender support plan, and they're hiding all of this from the parents. The teachers have been instructed they are not to share the child's gender preferences with their parents, that they will change the kid's name, they'll change their pronouns, they'll let them use other bathrooms, but you're not allowed to tell the parents because they've created a right to privacy for kids. That doesn't exist. No one has ever said kids have a right to privacy from parents. So last year I did a bill, AB 1314, which would have required parental notification. That failed because they wouldn't even let us vote on it. So what we did is we worked with conservative school boards up and down the state, and they passed it on the local level. So now what they are doing this year is they're passing a bill to override all the school board's policies, and they want to make it basically so schools cannot notify parents when kids want to change their gender. That's the kind of crazy stuff we're up against in California. It's totally upside down.
It's terrible, and they're trying to, steal children essentially from their parents. It's just vile.
They want to raise our kids. Make no mistake.
Very
They want to
evil.
raise the kids. They think the kids belong to them.
Terrible. So like me, you're also very passionate about protecting animals, which I love that about you. And I worked really hard when I was a prosecutor in California to draft legislation, protecting animals. You had a bill last year called Bowie's Law to protect animals from euthanasia. Where does that stand?
It was a great bill. Bowie was a little 3-month-old puppy in the Los Angeles County Animal Shelter. A rescue had tried to adopt him, but someone didn't read their email, whatever, and they euthanized him anyway, despite a rescue trying to take him out of it.
And
It
the
was
person came to go
horrible.
get the dog, and they had killed the dog?
Yes. And they just said, oops, we didn't see your email. So that's what inspired
How
me
bad
to write
is that?
the bill.
There are plenty of places, like I sit on the board of Furry Friends here in Jupiter with Humane Society here locally, and we're a no-kill rescue. We take in animals all the time. So does Big Dog Ranch. And it just sickens me that something like this can happen, because we go to the local shelters and pull the dogs out so they're not euthanized. I mean, who does that? Who's like, it's a good idea to kill a 3-month-old puppy? Who is that person?
It's the Los Angeles County Animal Shelter, and they
They're
don't care. They
disgusting.
say, oops, it was a mistake. Well, I'm sorry, that's not good enough. And so what my bill did was very simple. It was going to create transparency. It said before you euthanize a healthy adoptable pet, you got to put it up on your website for 72 hours. So that way there's a 72-hour safe harbor for people to come and have a system to adopt it. Because this all, oh, I didn't see it, it was too late, we didn't have any time. No. There's no rush to kill all these puppies. We can put a 72-hour window. And we had I'll be honest, a lot of bipartisan support. But here's the problem with politics, Kimberly, is when you are effective, especially in a minority party like me as a Republican, they would seek to punish you. So one of the ways they punish you is they kill your bills. So that bill died in the Appropriations Committee, frankly, because I'm a Republican. And that's unfortunately the state of things. But I'll continue to reintroduce that bill because we need to do more for our pets. They do so
Yeah,
much
see
for
if
us.
you get
Have my
somebody who's
dog.
courageous to co-sponsor it with you, that's somebody, vocal on the other side. I don't know. It's just very sad to me.
It's very sad. And I've even told the Democrats, like, if you just want to run it in your name, that's fine too. I just want this thing to pass.
And what they say?
Well, they don't, they're not really very receptive right now, but we're going to work on that. We have an election in November, and hopefully we're going to get some change in the legislature.
Yeah.
But this is something I think the public needs to keep the pressure on. Our California is the worst shelters in the nation. We euthanize more animals than anywhere else. We don't have enough spay and neuter programs. We don't have enough vets, and we need to do better. And we need to prioritize our animals. My dog I got from a shelter. Her name is Zoe. She's a little husky. She's amazing, and they do so much for us. I think it's the minimum we can do for them is just give them a chance.
They're so sweet. All they want is for you to come home. I wrote this children's book. You can get it at kgpup.com. For all those people that love to support rescues, 10% of the proceeds do go to Furry Friends. And on the cover is Jack one of Don Jr.'s, my real life rescue puppies. We named him Jack after Captain Jack Sparrow. And it talks about facing your fears together and being courageous with a friend by your side. To give children something uplifting, because since COVID and lockdowns and they were so isolated, and then they come out of that and they're trying to change their genders and take them away from their parents, and it's terrible. So we wanted to do something wholesome for children, and also to show about being empathetic and bringing people into your families, the family you choose, and about rescues. So I really appreciate what you're doing, and I think it's important, especially that we help and give a voice to those that have no voice, like innocent animals, right? Help them find a forever home.
Absolutely. And as you know, in politics, they're your only real friends.
Right. Exactly.
And I just want to say, if people want to support the bill or support me, I'll just say you can go to our socials at Bill Essayli, or you can go to my campaign website at fightsacramento.com. We just got that domain. So
perfect. Well, that sounds really good.
We need all the help we can take on the swamp.
Yes, absolutely. And we're big fans of yours. We love having you on the show. I know we're going to be talking to you for years to come. Hopefully you hang in there. I know you will. You've got a bright future. Don't give up on California or on the country for that matter. But again, God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. Assemblyman Bill Essayli, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And if any Californians are listening, please vote. Your vote does matter. We need it in California.
All right, let's have Trump 2024 win California and really freak him out, right? Heads will explode. All right, thank you again, my friend.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you so much.